to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We come to you live every weekday morning and have been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is July 8th, 2025. It's been a privilege to be part of a community with friends from all over the world, every corner, to say good morning to each other, to wish each other well. Tara and Kate, Penny, Jennifer, it's good to see all of you. Sunny, thank you, Penny. It is broadcast 1340. Hi, my love. My wife, Neshama, is here, which means it's going to be a good day, even if it's only on my screen for the moment. I hope you all join me in saying good morning to my wife. Hi, love. Sunday, and Jonathan, Linda, Boker Tov, Deborah, Wilfond. What an honor to see you, my friend. It's been a long time. This is my former neighbor, a dear friend, and a wonderful teacher of Torah. Hi, friend. Good to see you. Give love to your family from us. Linda and Barbara, Cecile, Tara, Valerie, Jerry and Arlene, Boker Tov, Emily, good to see you. Hope that you are all safe and well. Let's take a breath. We'll sing a bracha. We'll learn some Torah. Here we go. Yai lai 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 lai, diddy yai lai lai lai, diddy yai lai 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 lai, ay ay la lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah la'asok b'divrei Torah hafoch ba v'hafoch ba la'asok b'divrei Torah. Today I lie, 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 lie. Today I lie, lie, lie. Today I lie, 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 lie. I lie, lie, lie. Good morning, everyone. It's good to see all of you. Peter, sending love to you in Frankfurt. Catherine, sending love to you. You see, freezing cold down here in Australia. It's good to see you. And Deborah, thank you for sharing with me. My friend Rabbi David Wolfond is here too. So excited that we get to share a moment of Torah together. Today is broadcast 1340. It is day 641 since October 7th. We have been united as a community for more than 5 years, and most recently we have been together praying for those affected by the terrible flooding in Texas. Our hearts are big enough to be in all of these places, especially because we can be there together with you. You are asking, hold on one second. Deborah, you're asking us to pray for your friend Linda, who's undergoing breast cancer treatments. Our heart is with her as well. May she be strong, healthy, and may those who are taking care of her be guided with great love and skill. Friend, there is a lot to talk about in this week's Parsha, and I want to look at one specific thing. Let me say that one more time because that's actually it. Look at one more thing. In our Parsha, Parshat Balak, there is a lot of magic, what we consider strange. A good friend of mine who I learn with regularly calls this the voodoo stuff of the Torah. There is a prophet whose name is Balaam, who is hired to curse Bnei Israel, hired to curse us. And yet, what he finds out in the end is not only that he has access to God, but that in order to be in tune with the divine, you cannot be an agent of chaos. That's not what it is to be connected with God. But it takes him a while to understand that, literally, to see it. Because when he finally does go on his way, and it's a long story, how he finally goes on his way, he rides a donkey that has been his donkey for a long time. And the donkey sees along the way that there is a malach, an angel, with a fiery sword blocking the path. And so the donkey moves to the side and crushes Bilam's leg. And Bilam gets angry and beats his donkey. And then the donkey goes the other way and crushes his master's other leg. Why? Because there's an angel with a fiery sword blocking the path. And remember, what I just said. The donkey is able to see what the prophet is not. And that both is the Torah's way of criticizing those who would claim for themselves power for the sake of destroying. And it's also meant to be just a little bit funny. In the midst of our world, we're allowed to find what is a little bit humorous. The donkey can see what the prophet cannot. And isn't that so true often about those in positions of power and those who build the world, who do literally as the donkey does, the grunt work of making the world work? We have come through a lot as a learning community. We were born within the pandemic where we used the term essential worker to describe those who we never said thank you to before. We never acknowledged. That includes people who put things on shelves and who collect the garbage. We've never been as grateful to them as we should be, and that's not connecting them to the image of the donkey, but is to say there is great wisdom in those who are overlooked. Because when Bilam the prophet hits his donkey the second time, the donkey says, God opens the animal's mouth, and the animal says, "Why are you hurting me? I've taken good care of you. I've always taken good care of you." And with that, the prophet Bilam realizes that he has not been seeing clearly. There has been much in the world that he misses. When he finally does make it to the side of the mountain overlooking the children of Israel, our community, where he has been hired by a king to curse them, he suddenly can see. His eyes are opened the way his donkey's eyes had been opened, and his language changes. He says, instead of cursing, Matovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkinotecha Yisrael. How goodly, how beautiful are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. And the end of his prophetic song poem is, blessed are those who bless you, and accursed are those who curse you. He actually says his transformational thing in his words. He realizes that if you want to be an agent of cursing, you yourself will be the recipient of such terrible things. But if you wish to be an agent of blessing, you can be an agent of that. And it's beautiful. I want to share with you a teaching by Rabbi Sue Levi Elwell. You can find this on myjewishlearning.com, a wonderful teaching, where she notices the way the rabbis reformulate what Bilam says. Remember, his words are Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, how goodly are your tents, O Jacob. I remember growing up singing that at the beginning of prayers in the morning, at the beginning of davening. Now listen to the words in Hebrew. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, va'ani berov chastecha, avo veitecha. Those are two verses, and I used to think, because I would pray those verses sequentially, that one came after the other, but they don't. Rabbi Elwell points out that the rabbis repackage that verse. The starting verse from Bilam in our Torah portion, how goodly are your tents, O Israel, is followed by a verse from Psalms, not in the book of Numbers where we are, but far later in the Hebrew Bible. And it says, Va'ani berov chastecha avo vetecha, and I with abundant love, with your abundant love, will enter your home and bow down at your dwelling place. Bilam, through the rabbinic midrash that these juxtaposed verses communicates, has learned something essential that might open our eyes too. I want to say that again, because this is going to be a really, really important part of our work in time to come, starting right now. Even those of us who think we have our eyes open are only seeing partially. Often, if we would only open our eyes, we would see those around us. We would see that the only way to bring more light into this world is to be an agent of light ourselves, to be a source of blessing, empowers us to tap into blessing. Bilam had a lot of power. The Torah sees him as an agent of great divine power. He can channel God's blessing. He can. But if we truly want to channel a divine blessing that comes from far beyond us, we have to remember that whatever privilege we've either been born into or achieved, whatever power we've had to fight to possess, and there is reason for that. Privilege is not only a complicated thing that is meant to be diminished through acts of justice, privilege also is an act of responsibility. The question is, how do we use the position that we occupy? No matter who you are, you have the discretionary time to spend learning Torah. You use your time in this constructive way. When we end this broadcast, what will you do with your time? You have a device in front of you somehow, which means you can reach out and use that kind of power to be an agent for sharing blessing, checking in with someone else, saying, how are you? I want to close with what Rabbi Elwell offers. Are we ready to open our tents and our hearts to those who wish to dream, and then to build sacred communities that not only tolerate diversity and difference, but also celebrate them? Can we move beyond narrow, divisive definitions and descriptions that are no longer useful? These are questions I've not thought about in a long time because of these last 21 months plus one day. I've counted the days, as have you with me, since October 7th. It's been a while since I've done the work of reimagining a community beyond the tribe. And I don't know that I'm quite there yet, but these are the right questions. Listen to the rest of Rabbi Elwell's wisdom. Might we transform our communities by welcoming those who come into our houses of worship with words that describe what our community can be? When our dwelling places become sanctuaries for all seekers of peace and justice, when our homes welcome all who no longer objectify the other, then we can truthfully declare, Ma tovu ohalecha, how good, how fair are your tents. I ask this not only from within the Jewish community, I ask this as a citizen of a nation where othering those who are different seems de rigueur. We have an obligation to learn from the model of Bilam how not to treat other people. He is stopped in mid-process before his curse can be even uttered. But there are curses that are uttered in our society at people who are different. It's unacceptable. We have to remember what the rabbis do to the verses of Bilam. Remember, he opens with Matovu ohalecha Yaakov, how goodly are your tents. And then the rabbis place the verse from Psalms, Va'ani, but me, not Bilam, but me, Birov chastecha, avo vetecha, but me, with an abundance of your love, Divine One, your divine love flowing through me, avo vetecha. That's the only way I earn the right to be present in community. I invite you, friends, to explore individually and collectively how to be a source of blessing. The needs are immense. Immense. So's love. Our love can reach all places where it is necessary. In order to do that, we have to take very good care of ourselves. So, take good care of yourself today. Allow your heart to open. Maybe your eyes will see more than they saw before. May we be so blessed to continue this great work together, to bringing more love to those in need and expanding the boundaries of our community to include all. That would be a great blessing. And may we be whole as we do so. Pray with me, friends, for our beloved 50 who aren't home yet. May this be a week that brings them closer to home than they've been for 641 days. Let's sing. Kol od balevav penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, my friends.